Hello, my friends. Hello. Where are you? Oh, you're all the way over here. My goodness. That's a far away. Well, hello, my friends. Today's video, we are going to be doing the second part of the declutter. We are going to be decluttering some stuff. This is the part 2, the very long awaited part 2. I have gone through some more of my drawers and pulled out some stuff. This stuff has been allocated to family and friends. It is really hard to donate used makeup, so a bunch of this stuff is actually going to be going to friends and family. Also, some of this is expired and dried out, and some of it's going straight to the garbage can. So it will find new homes. Everything is already allocated and it really needs to be done. As you guys have seen in my Shop My Stash, I think it was 2 videos ago, I have so many things that need to be decluttered, and the fact that I have a lot of stuff I just haven't touched in ages, and it could go to someone who really wants it instead of me hoarding it in my drawers. There is going to be a part 3 because this is, I'm trying to break this up so it's at least palatable in smaller doses, because it could be a 3-hour or 4-hour video. I'm just not going to do that. So there will be a part 3. All right, if you're new here, my name is Amber. I'm a former hairdresser turned failed beauty blogger who took a 3-year break and is now rebuilding my channel, my content, my community, and my, I was gonna say, and my life. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, please subscribe. Please give it a big like if you like declutters, because they're always coming. I like to keep my collection nice and tight, so I do go through and pick out things that I know I'm not going to be using and donating them or giving them to close relatives. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so first I have some stuff that is either dried out or, well, mostly dried out, and other things I just don't use and I haven't reached for in ages. So let's start with this brow product here. Let's see. This one is from Femme Couture. It's a pretty color, but I just never reach for it, and I've got other brow products I like a little bit better. This pencil is like a taupey color. I don't know. I'm kind of over it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sharpen it and give it to one of my blonde friends and see if they want it. I do also have this Essence brow pen. Here we go. I'm still getting used to this camera lens, so bear with me, you guys. I'm gonna try my best to do this for you. This is a semi-permanent eyebrow pen from Essence. It's got little teeth. It is very much dried out. It doesn't look great. That one's going in the garbage. And then we also have an old e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, and again, this sucker is dry. I loved this eyeliner back in the day. Like, loved it. But yeah, see how dry that is? The brush, I mean, good God. I don't even know why I had this in my drawer, to be honest with you. Garbage. And then this one is a Huda Beauty matte and metal liquid eyeshadow. And honestly, I never reached for this thing, ever. I forgot it was even in my drawers. It's chunky, like, not cute. Nobody wants that. I think this side is, it looks like liquid lipstick, and it's chunky, and it's just, not great. We're getting rid of that. Well, the next one is the LA Colors Powder Pigments. I've got 3 of these bad boys. These are the ones I don't use. I do have like 6 other colors, and these 3 are the ones I use the least. And I don't even know if they make these bad boys anymore. So let's take a look. I mean, they don't have a great amount of pigment either. Let me see if I can get some into this. There we go. I mean, they're okay. You can see that. I just don't use blues and purples all that often. I mean, this one is kind of lackluster, to be honest with you. What about this guy? And these are really hard to work with to get the product out as well. Like, see, they're okay, but I'm just not feeling it. And I don't feel like using glitter glues and, you know, finagling or trying to get this all to work. It's just not worth it. This one is pretty, but I just never use this purple, so you gotta go. So I also have some single eyeshadows. These are from Catrice. These are one of the only things I have from Catrice. Yeah, I don't reach for these at all. I mean, the pigment's ridiculous. Really pretty. But again, I've got other colors in these in my drawers that I actually use. This one isn't even open. That one is gonna go to somebody. This will go to somebody. But I mean, they're all right. They don't have a whole lot of shimmer. It's like more satin than anything. It's a baked formula, so it's okay. Just not for me. We have this cool bronzer from e.l.f. And there's really nothing cool about this. These look like pretty warm tones to me, and I never use this, I never reach for it, so I'm just gonna pass that along. We've got some other mini eyeshadow palettes. We actually have some face and eyeshadow palettes that we're gonna be passing along because I never reach for them and they need to get some love from someone. This one is the Full Spectrum CoverGirl. It's really pretty and very pigmented. I didn't have too much trouble when it came to the pigment. You can see that. But they are a little dusty, and I've got other shadows that I like more in my collection. So this guy is gonna go to a new home. The True Naked Sunsets, this is supposed to be, oh my goodness, this was supposed to be like a dupe for the Modern Renaissance back in the day. And these are really pretty, but I prefer my Modern Renaissance. I never reach for this palette ever, so I think somebody might be able to get some love out of that. This is a True Blend palette, like face palette, and I never use this color. I mean, these two are really pretty, light and kind of more nudie, and very soft. Like the powders are super duper soft, but I don't use it. I am finally going to part with the original Kat Von D palette. This is not the one that has the plastic. This is the paper way back when, and you could not pop these out and replace them. You had to buy a whole new palette. As you can see here, it's time for it to retire. I mean, it's lived life. It has done its job. It is time to go. So this is another one that is long awaited and it's ready to find a new home. This is the Bon Bon palette. It's beautiful. It's more cool tone for sure. I never reach for it, and I feel like it's just rotting away in my drawer, so it needs to go find someone to love it and someone who will give it the love that it deserves. I never reach for it. I have so many other things in my drawers, and it's time. So this is an e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. These were really, really popular. I do have Matte for Mattes, the Sunset palette, and Smoke Show or Holy Smokes or whatever palette still in my drawers, but this one I never pick up. It's really pretty. It's called the Modern Mattes, is that right? The Modern Metals. I never use this, I never reach for it, so it's gonna go to a new home. Got a lot of e.l.f. ones that are gonna find new places to live. This one is the Sunset palette. It's very pretty. These are not the best quality. Back in the day they were great, but now there's so many other things on the market that are just so much better. And this one is the 80s Vibe. For some reason I thought I should collect these. I don't know why, but this one has got to go too. Never pick it up. Don't ever wear blues. Time to go. This one is 90s Mood, and definitely more of a grunge palette. It broke, so this one is gonna go in the garbage. I don't wanna take the chance of it exploding again, and I just never picked it up after it broke, so bye-bye. This is 70s Feel. This one is really pretty, but it is all shimmery. It's a companion palette for sure. It's definitely not able to stand alone on its own. So hopefully somebody will want this with maybe this guy, and then we can make some good eyeshadow looks with that. I also have Like Your Face from ColourPop. Looks like this. This is something that looks like a dupe for Nicole Guerrero ABH way back when. Looks very similar. Let me grab that one and see if that does look like that one. These do look very similar. I don't know if you can see. I mean, they have the same orange shade as you can see here. So they do look very, very similar. And I don't need both. So this one is gonna go. I'm keeping this for nostalgia reasons because this is right when I started YouTube. So, or at least posting videos on YouTube. And this one just is very pretty, but I mean, I have the same colors in the other palettes, so this one's gotta go. Let's see here. This is a BH Cosmetics face palette. This is a 6-color blush and highlight palette and Glowing in Grease. And these colors are really pretty, and I didn't even touch this one, so that's pretty awesome too. So somebody's gonna get like a fresh palette. I don't use these two. I would never use these two colors, I don't think. This one probably, and then this, but these ones are not for me. So I think my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law would love this. I'm gonna give it to them. And then also, and lastly, is the Profusion Shimmers. I've had this forever. They're all shimmery colors. The only one that actually performs halfway decent is this color. All the rest of them are pretty chalky. They don't have a whole lot of bang for your buck. This one in the corner here is like, is it this one? I mean, that one's got some punch. Was it this one? Yeah, they just are not as incredible as I, once imagined. I mean, before it was great, but now they just don't have as much luster as, some of the stuff that's on the market now. So this guy is gonna go. Even though I do love the like 28 pan ones, the chocolate one that I used in my last video, as well as the Wonderlust, those ones are great. I don't know if the formula is different in these little guys. I think they are, because those ones are just fantastic. These ones are just not as great. If you're looking to buy something from Profusion, those $10 palettes are so good. And I think these are like $6, but I mean, you get what you pay for. But those ones, they just have more punch and more depth for me. So gotta go. All right, that is it. There will be a third video. The video will probably be within the next 2 weeks. I do have a lot of other things ahead of it, but we're gonna keep, just kind of keeping it tight. I don't like to keep too much makeup on hand, enough to do my videos and to test out some new stuff without hoarding and having a whole room dedicated to my makeup. Some people like to have 7 or 11 or 15 of those Alex drawers. I'm trying to keep it under 3. Honestly, it's just so overwhelming, and I only have one face, one pair of eyes, and it's just not really worth it. So thank you so much. I love you guys. If you guys like this kind of content, please go ahead and give it a like. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned, because there'll be some more really cool stuff up ahead. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.